Welcome back to College Hill Farm. Well, we're back on the carryall. I'm going to use rough lumber to floor it and make the back, and then we're going to make a roof for it. I don't know if I'll get to that today. It's already 70 degrees, and I think it'll be 80 by 11, and it's 9 o'clock now, so I had some other things I had to do this morning. So I'm going to use rough lumber, and some of y'all will say, well, why didn't you use pressure treated? This is going to be an outdoor thing, and you use pressure treated runners. I use pressure treated runners because I had them. If I'd had 4x4s of plain stuff and they were the same as the stuff I've got back here, free, I would have used them. But I didn't have any, so I use these, and then I'll use the regular wood back there because, you know, pressure treated stuff is expensive. What's down in the pile down there is free. Some of it's getting beyond using. I had to sort through it. Remember building the tractor shed? I had to sort through and get rid of the bad stuff. Well, there's even more bad stuff now because it's been a year, another year. So I may not get much out of that pile when I get back to the tractor shed. I might have to go buy more boxing. That'll just have to be what it is. Y'all know why. So anyway, let's get at doing this. This is 33 inches wide, and I'm going to make it hang over by about 9 inches on each side, and that will give me a 48 inch deck, 48 inch wide and then 45 inches long, okay, in order to put my generator, batteries, a propane tank, and I'll get it out, a propane tank and the inverter. So that's what we're doing. I just do the stuff that I'm doing and put it on video. Let's get at it. First thing I want to do is make sure this wood is not too rotten to use. That's just a pain. Watch the other homesteaders use that trick where you put this through the saw, and yeah, just a pain. I'm not doing that. Let's make me a line. Now when it comes to this rough lumber, none of the ends are square, and so you got to square up the ends before you can start on anything. And that right there, a Sharpie is the best way to mark it, because if you don't use a Sharpie, you can't see it. So let's get this back here and get it sawed off and see if this wood's any count. Come on. Now, I know it looks like this wood is bad, okay? Can you see that? There's not a bit of rot down in this wood. The surface is just a little rough, but there's no rot. So this wood will be just fine to use for this carryall. I'm going to make all the cross members 45 inches. After thinking about it for a little bit, I want the whole thing to just be 48 inches wide. So, and there'll be pieces hanging over for the top. one. Two. And since I know this end won't be square, I'll cut this end off. I have been so impressed with this little Bauer saw. Okay, you would be too. You can't go wrong with it. Kindling. Now, see how this is? Okay? The curve of the wood is up like that. Okay? Do you see the grain? The cup of the wood is up like that. I want that to be down. This should be the bottom of the thing. This should be the top. I'm probably going to do better if I set it down. Now with this one, I'm going to break my rule. See how that's wore off? I want a good flat surface. Even though the cup is this way, I'm going to turn it over so that I get a flat surface. Okay, let's get some more cut. Look at there. Looks pretty. Now, this is what I was talking about square. See that? That's basically a rectangle. And plus, a lot of times the ends check, and I like to cut those checks off. That's in case you're wondering why I cut back that far and don't just cut off a little bit. I cut back to get past that check. That crack, if you want to call it that. Firewood. Nothing goes to waste here on the homestead. Yeah. You're okay. Yeah. Yeah, baby, this oak's tough, isn't it? Oh. Well, I've never got it stuck before. There we go. What'd I do? Okay. Where's the tightener for that? There it is. Just come loose. This oak's some tough stuff. Okay, let's see how that does. This right here probably weighs 20 pounds. Yeah, that'll be good and solid. Oh, that's just causing me back trouble. Oh. I missed it. How'd I miss it? Ow, that's hot. Woo! Burn the baby. Yep. Okay, new bit. Well, is that the wrong bit? No, it's the right bit. That screw's just ripped out. Not what I wanted to see. module. That'll be hot. Must be a knot there. That one ripped out too. Broke the screw. Wow, are you dead? Let's see if that's what the problem is. That was a 5 amp hour battery. This is just a 3. But let's see if that was the problem. Yep, that was definitely the problem. So now you know how many cuts you get out of a 5 amp hour battery, because I just charged that one. It was fully charged. Oh, everything's falling. Rock in my shoe. Come on. Not gonna work. Okay. Oh. There we go. Ow. You know, these are just not driving worth a shit. Oh, I'll have to do something else. Okay, it's getting hot, and I'm getting hot and aggravated. This old oak, okay, the big wide board was oak. Matter of fact, all the boards I put down today were oak. Oak has survived better in my pile than the poplar, okay? Oak has survived better in the pile than the poplar. Now, I don't know if I'll get enough wood out of the 4 piles down there to finish my tractor shed. I don't know, because I can't get to it this year. So, yeah, that's just what it is. I'll have to go to the other hardwood place and buy some more. But, talking about the carryall, what I'm going to mount on there. Well, my plan is to mount a generator, a propane tank, because I run my generator on propane, because propane don't go bad like gasoline. A propane tank, just a little 20-gallon propane tank, 2 batteries, and an inverter. Now, the idea is that I can use the inverter with the 2 100 amp hour batteries for quick jobs and things like that. So yeah, that's what I could do with that. And then at the same time, if I've got low power equipment, I could use the inverter to charge batteries and, you know, the little hand batteries and that kind of thing, while I'm using the generator for other things. Like I said, I've got a 3,500 watt propane generator. I've got 2 deep cycle batteries. I've got a 2,000 watt, 4,000 peak inverter to go on the batteries. Then that all has to be strapped down. Now, one thing I'm struggling with is weight. Now, I use this 2x rough lumber because it's free. Okay. I would like this to have a roof on it so that covering it with a tarp is not a problem. But the truth is, I could probably cover it with a tarp without a roof. My tractor, the front bucket with the forks, will pick up 800 pounds. The rear lift will pick up 1,200 pounds. I really don't want to exceed 600 pounds right here. So I've got to do some figuring. I've got a piece of 1/4 inch Luan plywood that I might use for the top that I could take on and off. And then a tarp could just go over it and hang over the sides, and that would keep blow in, out, and the whole bit. So I'm just thinking out loud. If you've got an idea, put it in the comments. I could use as many comments as I could to keep the weight down on this thing. I know using the runners added more weight, probably added 10 pounds. But the truth is, I wanted that deck to be a little more elevated. My back is not what it used to be. So if I want to bend down and start the generator, but I'm going to make that generator electric start. It's not electric start, but I'm going to show you how to make it electric start when we get to this. So yeah, that's where I'm going to end it today. Now, if you like this stuff, this homesteading, do-it-yourself kind of thing, be certain to come on out to the channel and subscribe. We do this homesteading stuff every week, sometimes 1, sometimes 5 videos, just to, it's just what we're doing. Sometimes we do a short on Saturday and Friday, and through the week. So, yeah. Now it's time for me to get on to the next thing. I love you all.